spot probably gave the clues away, And he was with other people.
Well, he looked it. You could see he was a Persian or Middle
brown
Eastern.
high, smelled like $100 cologne.
Oh, yeah.
Like $1,000 loafers. Like, dude had money. Yeah. He had a lot of money. So he runs on. He's with other people.
Young, too. About 26, 27. Young guy. Yeah.
Young cat. So we're thinking this guy's running over to, I don't know, maybe he got drunk and wants to hit somebody. So our minds are focused on protection. So when you see him try to do a romantic, advancement, you're not ready for it. So
I honestly didn't see him. He grabbed me. Maybe you saw him. He grabbed me from the side. Yeah, he grabbed me. You saw the whole thing. You saw the whole thing take place.
I did see the thing. And I saw you push him. But I honestly thought this was at a bad time. I was not the same person I am right now. I think at that time I was a lot more New Jersey in me, a lot more angst, a lot more anger. So I was ready to go to war in the alley. We're going to beat this guy up. And you were like, nah, come on, let's go. You see, you shook it off. Just walked on. Violence was never the answer. And what I was trying to say about when somebody grabs your junk, which you're also correct about that, but the thing is, when somebody grabs your junk, it happens too quick. When you retaliate, they're always going to think you were the aggressor.
Yeah.
It happens too quick.
Well, so first you feel violated. Yeah, like you said, it happens so fast, you're kind of shocked at it. Hey! Well, you're like, hold on. Anger doesn't even come in because it's your stuff. It's your junk. So it's just like, hey, what are you doing? You see a guy did it, you're just like, well, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? You're trying to reason. Yeah, you're trying to reason. So, yeah.
So after a minute, you try to retaliate, and you're the aggressor. You're assault. Now you got to try to prove he grabbed your junk, and that's going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you can't really put yourself in that position. And I knew that. Some of the bars you go into in Long Beach, when you go into these bars, they're kind of, some of them are mixed, So you have to, hey, that's the rule.
Let's just be real. I'm not gay bashing.
No.
Gays, they're very aggressive, very aggressive. I have gay friends my whole life. I got boys now, my partners, man, but they're just aggressive as hell. Every single one of them.
Marito got blessed to death. Marito was aggressive. He's an aggressive guy.
Marito was aggressive.
Yeah.
Bobby's aggressive. Byron's aggressive. Jane. I mean, every single one that I know, there's not one that was passive. They'll eventually let you know that they like you and that they want you.
Gay men can be very aggressive. I bet when I was living down in the corridor, it's very aggressive. And many times you kind of have to not really go with it or you have to do anything. You just have to act like it wasn't a big deal. Like a blonde. You basically become a blonde. And that's it. And a lot of women on the street, when guys aggressively approach them, many times they have to brush it off in a passive-aggressive, peaceful way. If not, then for some reason they become like a witch, where people don't like them and they're nasty. No, they just don't want to talk to you. That's it. But rejection is hard. Taking rejection, it stings. A lot of people can't take it well, so they're going to come back aggressively, and maybe unnecessarily, unfairly. So it's like a lot of women have learned, okay, dang, if I turn this dude down the way I really want to turn him down, it's just going to make my day rough. So I'm just going to, thank you very much. Oh, you're so crazy. Oh, you're a cutie. Oh, I got a boyfriend. I don't, not right now. I have no time. And be gone.
Well, eventually that same girl gets to that point you're talking about. Hey, get the fuck back.
Yeah.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Which sucks.
I mean, it gets to that point because after a while, dudes won't leave you. When you're playing, no thank thank you, but no thank you. And they hang around, hey, but can I get your number, please? Mm-hmm. You got to get to the point, hey, step back. Mm-hmm. That's enough. Leave me alone. Walk away. It gets to that point sometimes. So now, with the gays now, I'm straight to the point. And if I think they're gay, I'm going to ask them, hey, bro, are you gay, bro? Mm-hmm. I mean, no, I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm just asking, are you gay? I just want to know. Because I ask dudes that all the time. Like somebody new that I'm talking to, and if I feel it, because you can feel it, I'll just ask them, hey, Jeff, are you gay? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I'm not. I don't know how many times they denied it, and then later on, because we continue to talk and become friends, find out that they're gay. Mm-hmm. And, my friend Mo, point blank. Mo, a couple where I get to know him. Mo, a little sweet. We're kind of hanging out, and he had his leg kind of touching mine. We're sitting down.
Little effeminate.
Just a little bit where Mo looks like a tough guy. Mo, you could look at Mo and be like, no, Mo's not gay. You wouldn't think that. Yeah. But Mo was kind of knee knocking. He had his knee touching my knee. I didn't think nothing of it at first. I'm just sitting there, and then all of a sudden I feel his knee, kind of like pushing on it. Mm-hmm. I move my knee immediately. I'm like, hold on a second. I didn't realize my knee was there. Hold on. And then right then and there, I kind of felt it. So I was more, are you gay? I just want to know. Mm-hmm. No, not. So 6 months to a year down the line, me and Mo kind of doing our own thing. And he told me, he said, yeah, I remember you had that question you asked me? Well, yeah, he goes, I'm gay. I just didn't know how to react when you asked me that day, but yeah, I'm gay. I'm in the closet. My family doesn't know I'm gay. But I know, I always know. I know. Mm-hmm. I get that strong feeling. But I'm just going to ask you. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm just going to ask, are you gay? And if you are, look, I'm not interested. Mm-hmm. I'm letting you know now I'm not interested, mm-hmm. bro. That's how I come at them now. Once even the ones that aren't hiding it and they come on me, hey, check this out, bro. I don't play. I don't have a gay bone in my body. Mm-hmm. I think you're a cool person, whatever, but don't come on to me. And it's not funny. I'm just going to nip this in the bud right now, just to let you know. And that's how women have to come off on people sometimes too. They got to come. I wish they would come off like that. Right away.
But some women do that and wind up dead. That there's been guys.
Well, I'm talking about in a nice way. I'm not mean to them. I'm mm-hmm. nice. I'm just like, hey, look, I'm cool. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing somebody. Mm-hmm. I'm not interested. Mm-hmm. Even if I wasn't seeing somebody, I still wouldn't be interested. But you have to speak your mind. You can't be afraid of them.
No, you have to speak your mind. Yeah. Definitely have to speak your mind. And I think some people don't speak their mind in enough. I know I do that. Sometimes we care. See, what people don't realize is kindness is a great attribute. Niceness is not. Niceness is like icing. It's like a fake glaze. Because is that the way you truly feel? And when you're being nice, do you truly feel nice, or are you doing it for a reason? Like if you're being nice for a reason, then it's just icing. Mm-hmm. It's just icing. It's like when you eat a cake. Yeah. It's icing to disguise the inferiority of the cake. Yeah. Because if a cake is great, cake doesn't need icing. Like yellow cake is pretty good without the icing. You don't need icing on yellow cake. Yes. But if the cake is kind of bland, you got to put the icing to kind of cover the cake. Well, that's what niceness is. When you're being nice, you're just covering the blandness you feel for the person. But when you're nice, you're actually luring them in.
Yeah, you can't.
Unless you really feel that. If you you really might like somebody.
No icing on the cake. That's kind of bad. It's kind of misleading. You're not really being honest.
Until you get to the cake, and then felt like you've been fooled. Right. And that's what the people feel like. Oh, you've been nice to me, but why are you being nice? And it confuses them. Why are you being nice to me? You don't even like me. Right. But if you say, hey, I like you as a friend, let's be friends. I think you're really cool. Okay, maybe sometimes you can do that. But a lot of people are like, no, I just want to cut you off right now. Right. But now that person still likes you. So where does this feeling of like go? It has to go inside. And you know what that feeling of like turns into? Hate. Exactly. So what you're doing is you're actually creating an enemy. Unless you're willing to take the higher ground and befriend this person in an authentic way. And
the only time you do that, I'm sorry. The only time you want to befriend them and put the icing on the cake is when it's midnight and you're on the subway mm-hmm. and this big old person comes up on you mm-hmm. and you're just scared to death. And maybe you can put a little icing on the cake. Oh, sure, here's my number. Yeah, man, call me something. Yeah, that's the time you don't want to be like, listen, I'm not interested. Mm-hmm. I don't like you. That's not the time to do it. That's the time to put a little icing on the cake. For a woman, if you're by yourself. Yes. But on a normal circumstance, you're at the office and some guy comes and hits up on. That's when you could do it. Hey, I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm not interested. Mm-hmm. I'm actually engaged, and thanks. I appreciate that, but not in 1,000 years.
Well, here's a crazy thing, and it took my friend Daniel McFadden to tell me this, because when I used to ride the train, I like to sit by myself. I give myself a lot of space. Now, sometimes you might get an occasional Latina older woman. An older Latina on the train, and for some reason they just like to sit right next to you. They don't care where they sit; they just want to sit down. So they have no comprehension of space and the personal space. But guys, we naturally have no guy just sits next to a guy. Usually we'll stand. It rarely, but when guys have, it's always like I'll get up and move. But it's almost like they take offense to that. And one time, this guy, and I was sitting on the train, and if you sit on the train, there's 2 seats facing forward and a seat adjacent to those seats to the left. And it's like no space. Like the person is literally in your lap. So you have a man in your lap. So nobody sits there. No guy sits there. Maybe sometimes an occasional Asian tourist will sit in that seat. Or, like I said, an older Latina lady. She'll sit there. That's it.
A little kid.
Sometimes a little kid. If a little kid sits there, that means the mom's there, and you get up and give the whole seat to him. So, if a little kid sits there, I get up here and hear him take the seat. Because when you see the babies, you want the babies to take. So I do that. or a pregnant lady. If I see if there's anybody who needs to sit there, I'll get up and give the seat to them. No problem.
Older gentleman, anybody. Really anybody. If you feel it, you do it. But go ahead.
Sometimes the older guys I don't. I feel bad. I'm like, old man.
Depends on the situation.
You stood for 80 years. You can stand for another half an hour. You old mean bastard. You should have a car by now. You know,
I hear you.
That's probably why Brad wanted to see.
Exactly. That right there. Brad probably heard something like that and turned around.
And it's like a justice look. See, I'm looking at it from my perspective, like I'm the victim. But in the movie, Brad would be the hero. Hey, that old guy needs to stand up. He's been standing up for 100 years. He can stand up for 30 more. And then all of a sudden in the movie, you see the hero turn.
Oh, that's like in slow motion. All you're going to see is Brad like, hold on a second.
Exactly. But that's how it happens. Yeah.
He wouldn't even tell that person to hold on. His head would just turn towards you in slow motion with his eyes just like just glowing, just beaming at you, big blue eyes.
Now, in the movies, here's what the movie guy would say. Hey, what are you looking at? You know, I'll show you what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a guy who's about to eat this seat. Yeah? Well, why don't you show me then? Okay, 30 seconds later, oh, the seat is delicious. What kind of seat is this? I never tasted this seat. Like, here's real life, though. I gotta go. Dang, Mitch, I'm gonna go buy some milk, and I think they're having a sale on triple
Ultimate
cheap.
Cheeseburger.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get you one and myself one, and I think Brad wants one. I'm not gonna ask him. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna look at his direction. I'm not even gonna look. Is he still looking? Yes. Okay, dang. Is the door to my left? Because I can't. I just got to make one move. Yes. Is it open? Could you open it? Just open it. Just please. Okay. Yeah. See real life versus the movie life. Yeah. But in my head I'm thinking I'm the victim. Yeah. But in actuality, in the movie, I would be the villain. The screenwriter can't write. Oh, and then he felt the anger coming from his left, from the blue eyes, and he left out of the side door. Like a little woman. So that's life in reality. I'm sitting there on the train, and it's like I guess this young black guy in his 20s or something. He sits right in that seat, and there's other seats on the train, and he sits right there with all these other seats. So I'm tired. I'm going back to Van Nuys. So I said, "Man, what the f, dog, man." And I get up and I leave. I go to another seat. He stands up. He says, "Man, F you, man. F you. Man, dog, you sitting 5 inches from me," and stuff like that. So now I got to worry about trying to fight a dude all the way home.
Yeah.
So I asked my boy Danny. He said, "Look, every guy that hits on you is not going to hit on you that way. Like some cats who like dudes are like real dudes. So it's like almost like you might have to fight a real man when he advances and you push his advances away. He might square up on you. It's not going to be..." See, everybody thinks everybody who may like other men or anybody who's gay or anything like that is this Hollywood effeminate figure. And that's in many cases not the point. Regular dudes, and they can throw with you, they can punch with you, they can take you down, but it's like it could just be another man that just likes you. No effeminate qualities about him at all. So now you got to square up with it. It's like, and my friend Danny said, just like when a woman rejects you, because if it had been the other way around, like if a woman would have sat there, I wouldn't have said anything. Oh man, she sat right there. Cool. Hey, how you doing? I'm Dave. Can I get your number? Oh yeah, thank you. Okay, you gave it to me quick too. Wow. See, if it had been a woman, I wouldn't have said anything.
Right.
But I'm thinking about, okay, now if a woman was sitting there who I found attractive, like, oh man, look at her. I can't believe she's riding the train. Wow. Life must be rough. Okay, it's my chance to get her. And I sit down there, and she gets up, and oh my gosh. And she walks. I'm going to be offended. Like, I'm going to be hurt.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, man, chick's the B word, A dude's not going to do that. A dude's going to square up on you. You think you're too good for this? You don't want this? You don't want...
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, snap. I got to fight this dude for my...
Well, I don't know if it's because you got up. Because you said something. You said like, what the F, man? What are you doing? So, yeah, maybe if you would have just excused yourself. Yeah. You know me, I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm going to excuse myself. I'm immediately, as soon as he sat down, I'd excuse myself and went and sat somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then if you'd have followed me, then I'd be like, hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
So I just said what's up earlier.
Yeah.
I just did what's up earlier.
No, you just kind of like, well, you're that type of guy too, but I don't know why a guy, like you said, you don't know if he's gay or not. You just came up and sat next to him.
I didn't know until my friend, exactly. I didn't know until I asked my friend, and my friend said that's a high possibility.
Yeah, we just talked about they're aggressive.
Yeah.
You got to gauge nothing to do with anything. That's just that's that nature. That's that spirit man inside of them. So
what we think is we're fooled by like Hollywood and stuff. We think every guy who's gay is gonna come up, hey, how you doing, big boy? Ooh, look at your arms. You're so sexy. Yeah. Some dudes like regular. They're more masculine than you. Dudes, hey, what's up, man? What's good? Hey, you top or bottom? Man, neither. No.
Aggressive.
No.
A lot of times, all it takes is a look. All it takes is a glance. You guys could be 20 yards from each other and turn around and just look over towards a stall somewhere, and just you guys are both walking towards that stall. Mm-hmm. I told you about that time I was thinking you were there. Remember we was filming? We was filming a little short, and your bag or the girl's bag, one of your coworkers' bags, purse got stolen, and the machete too.
Oh,
everything was gone. Remember we were doing that little short. So we walked. Did you go with me?
It was cubby holes. I mean, I was story about a cubby holes, and we were looking for the keys, a camera, and your machete.
Yeah.
And we were walking through these paths. And as we went through these paths, it'll be said in the story Cubby Holes. If you ever read the story Cubby Holes, it goes more into depth. We really can't go on. But we sort of walking, and we're seeing all these like little halls, like little holes covered with thatch, covered with branches. And inside all these holes were like little Latino men. And
dressed nice.
Very nice.
But we followed the guy, from a distance, maybe 50 yards out. I saw a guy kind of peek his head, dressed real nice, peeked his head out, and then scurry into a bush. I'm like, that's him. Let's go. He's got our stuff. So we run over to the bush, and then we go inside the bush, and we kind of have to duck in. It's like a little tunnel. You go inside, and it's big in there.
Like
catacombs. It's like hooked up. It's like a big hotel room full of trees, and it's like space. There's like 10 dudes in there.
Yep.
10 dudes just hanging out, like coupled up.
Yep.
And looked like one was on his knees, and one was kind of looked like they kind of stopped when we walked in there.
Whatever they were doing, we walked in there and they stopped, and they all started staring to the sky. If you remember, none of them made eye contact with us. They all stared, and I believe we started getting nervous because, like, we said, "Yo, something unnatural is happening back there." Because everybody stopped at once, and nobody would even look at us. And it was all short Latino men, I think, like Central American maybe, and they were all very nicely dressed. And some were in the holes, some were outside the holes.
There were paisas a lot, not American, not Latino American, but like paisas, Spanish speaking.
From another
couple of them probably spoke English, but. I don't recall if we spoke. Like, hey, does anybody see a bag or something?
We spoke to one guy and he didn't. I don't think he said anything back.
Yeah, kind of glanced over and we looked for. We still looked because we was on a mission. We wanted our stuff. And we still kind of scurried through their things, and then we left. And then as we left, we were looking. We're seeing different people going through these little cubby holes throughout it was a big park. It was a big giant park. It's called Harbor Park.
Where they saw that alligator in the lake.
That's right, Wally the Gator, where they let Wally the Gator go. Yeah. There's like a spot in the park where it's like Everglades. It's like swamps with bushes. That's where we were, and that's their hanging ground, man. We found that out. I thought it was a joke watching that movie when the guy. I forgot the guy on.
Oh, what's that? Oh, that was the one with something about Mary. That part was fun.
I thought that was a joke.
Harlan Williams.
They do that. That's what they do. I was like, that's real.
That was real. Is art imitating like that scene in Something About Mary when Harlan Williams goes to a rest stop and he trips and falls back into the bush, and there are a pile of, I guess, homosexual men having sex back in the bush. That's what we ran into, but it wasn't happening. Maybe it would have happened later. They were waiting for something, these gentlemen. Then I remember we didn't know where to go, so we started like marching Marine style, side by side, and the only way we got out was we saw these Caucasian joggers, and we followed them. And I believe that, hey, you know how to get out of here? And they didn't really say anything. We followed them.
Labyrinth.
Yeah, a crazy labyrinth. And here's the thing. So I remember we're jogging, and I remember, I think you said, hey, why are we looking for them? They have a machete. Then that made us jog faster. We actually jogged faster. We jogged faster and got out of there. Went to the girls, told them, we couldn't find their stuff. They got AA, and I actually tried to give Angela her camera later. I said, I gave her $200, but she wouldn't take it. So there's $200 for your camera. I really apologize. You know, I brought the cash in, but she didn't take it.
Right.
Really sweetie.
Nice young ladies. You had school teachers.
School teachers.
Yep.
And then I remember at the end when they left, we sat there. And I remember you said this. Hey, you want to go look for my machete? I said, no, I don't want to go. It is dark.
That was my mom's machete.
No, that's because I know. I realized that when I was writing the story and I finished, I realized, okay, that's, because you know me, so I drift into my own head sometimes. I think about myself, but I think, why would you want to go look for a machete? I said no. But then I remember it is your mom's machete. And I was like, man, I felt bad. Like if I lost something of my mother's.
And the mask. Did they take the mask?
Yeah.
See, that's what it was, too, was the mask. I was like, hey, we got to get that mask back, man.
And if I took anything, you know, if it was my mother and I lost something of hers, I would give it a shot, too.
Exactly.
You know, but
they just cold robbed us. Came out of nowhere and disappeared. I mean, it was like swamp and like no one around. And we turned around for like 5 minutes to film a little. There's like right behind us. We turned around and everything was gone and nobody in sight.
They're watching us the whole time. There's a softball game going on. Yeah, I mean,
that was down the ways a little bit. We was kind of like in the middle of that. It was wild experience. But.
Harper College. It's in a story I wrote called Cubby Holes. If you ever read a story called Cubby Holes, the whole story is pretty much that story right there.
Nice.
It was an experience. Yeah.
Very nice writer, by the way. You guys got to check it out. Cubby Holes.
From a movie that we did that you were in. Cerebral Static. Because you actually showed me that site. You took me there.
Oh, yeah.
You said, hey, man, this would be a great place to shoot a film. Yeah, you should shoot a film back here.
I'm glad Wally wasn't there.
No, I'm glad Wally wasn't either.
Oh, my goodness. One question. I mean, one thing. I'm going to go back.
Okay.
Parking lot pimps. One thing. I mean, I remember we went often. We supposed to go. We want to hit the club, Century Club, by the way. We want to go to Century Club. We'd be like, look, man, let's go. Let's play some ball. Let's get that workout. Get a little lick. Then we'll get there by 11.
Yes.
Next thing you know, always we were sitting in the kitchen drinking, you know, Hennessy and Coke.
Always Hennessy and Cherry Pepsi.
Or Cherry Coke if you didn't have Cherry Pepsi. So long story short, it's 1:30, and we got to get all the way to. What's the name of that place it's at in Century Club? Century City.
Century City.
We got to get there. We got to get there before they close at 1:45, letting everyone out at 2. So I'm pedal to the metal. I'm flying. You know, we finally get there. We get parking. We parking illegally because there's no parking, and we run to the parking lot. But this one particular night, we got there about a half hour. We got there like at 12:45.